Hello friends, welcome to SpiceyCatColors. My name is Kathy. I'm here with something different, and I say different because this is going to be a flip of this new book released from Rachel Mintz, The Cutest Elves, and I'm going to do a little comparison as far as grayscale, and then I'm going to color a page and give you an actual review at the end. So I was reached out to by the team at Rachel Mintz, which I still cannot believe that they did, but I'm greatly honored because I have admired their books for some time and I haven't purchased any because I've been intimidated to color them. If you are familiar, they do have some super adorable books that are in different grayscale, and this is kind of a whole different kind of grayscale. So first up, I'm going to just do the flip through. So if that's all you are looking to see, there are 33 pages in the book. Here are some of the book pages you're going to see, and you can probably already tell it's a whole different kind of thing. So it is Amazon printed, glossy cover, open right into an opening page, and then we dive into the pages. So there is a coloring testing page here on the left. I'm going to try and open this all the way, and let's go through the pages. I'm going to flip kind of quick, give you the general idea. The faces are simply adorable. This is the one page I'm actually going to color. Have that one marked, and I think I just looked, and this book is it was like US price under $9 on Amazon. I have no idea how much the price will vary. It is Black Friday type of shopping season right now when I'm filming this, but it's okay. I've seen a few other people show this on their channels. They also received it to review. I don't mind doing reviews. I don't seek them out per se because I'm pretty objective, and while I appreciate the opportunity, I would never want to hurt someone's feeling if their style is just not my style. I don't think I can do an honest review. But this one, when they reached out, I said, you know what? Yes, I would like to check it out. I had no idea what I was receiving because at the time there was not a printout. So as I said, there's 33 pages. You can see they are all a pretty detailed grayscale. They are, as I said, Amazon printed, black backgrounds, and really big faces with super expressionistic eyes and lots of freckles. So then reach the end of the book. I will definitely be giving a review. Then they give you a couple of their other books, which you may, or it's kind of this cute series I've been drawn to, but I haven't ordered. I do like that they have the QRG codes, so you could just scan those and go right to them on Amazon if you are interested. And then a general idea of all the things they have, and the end, there's one blank page. So if you were here to see the flip, that was the flip. So what I find interesting, I'm going to talk about grayscale. Now, I am not an expert on anything. If you are a seasoned friend, you know I am more or less a straight colorist using primarily markers. I don't do pencil work. I do some slight shading with the markers. And I absolutely love grayscale because with markers, I find they are amazing. They do all the shading for you. So what I find interesting, when I was emailing with them, they told me they are using a different, they're playing around with different technological, how did he say, systems? I forget how they worded it, but they are trying different things. And this is one of the first books. So when we go to grayscale, I'm going to show you what are definitely some of my favorite. Joshua Dunbar has been doing this series where there's a real light grayscale. You can see there's a little bit of shading on, and then here's an example of what it'll look like when it's done. So it just kind of lets you know where like the darker shadows would be, and you could just straight color it, or you could go in and try and add a little depth, which is what I did on this page. I did some extra dark oranges and stuff to bring out that shading on the pumpkin. So this is what I call a light grayscale. Well, I don't. I'm pretty sure that's how Joshua calls it. And then we have another of my favorite. This is from Jade Summer. This is the Chibi Horror. I just happen to have it out. I know they do have the very popular Chibi Girls, which I have, and the Kawaii Girls, which also come in a grayscale. And these are a darker full grayscale, similar. Now here, let's maybe have a page open while I'm talking about this. We'll just randomly pick a page so you can see side by side. So here, complete opposite themes, but this is very cartoony. You can tell it's not meant to be realistic, but it has very nice grayscale. And this has a bit more of a realistic feel, I would call it. Here's an example of one I've colored in the grayscale. So this is what I was always familiar with, more of the grayscale. And something that just has not caught my attention, although this book I also received from the publisher to review. I do have an example in this, and I have not colored in here. In fact, I'm planning to gift this, but I'm glad I still have it so I can show you. So this is kind of where they take a actual photograph and on the computer they change it into a grayscale and print it out so you can color it. You can see there's not any added lines or adjustments. It's the whole image is just grayscale. So to me, this seems to be kind of a blend of this, of a real picture, like an actual person that has been converted to grayscale, and then the Jade Summer grayscale, where it's obviously not a real person. I think that kind of makes sense. I just wanted to show you the different types of grayscale. And what I think is so interesting on here is they've really made the focus the faces. The faces are crisp. That's where you're going to have your detail, and the rest of the page, it's almost like it's blurred out. I don't think it's showing quite how much. It's actually the camera, I think, is sharpening it too much. But here, let's zoom in and look at, not my fingernails that need to be done, but so see her face, which some of you may find these scary. I think they are really adorable. They're elves. And you can see how sharp down to the freckles, and the eyes have that real depth, kind of the realism. But then when you go over here to her hand, you see them both, how the face has the detail and the sharpness, and the hand does not have as much of the detail. And for sure the candy cane, and then even as you go down into the outfit, it's almost like the Instagram filter where you have, you know, you pick your one spot focus and then it blurs out the rest. So to me, that's what this looks like. And I'm very interested to see how it colors up. Because again, here, look at the, I mean, you can actually see the actual individual strands of the eyebrow. And check out the eye again, and the eyelashes. Very intrigued how this is going to color. But then I'm going to go down and look at the outfit, the dress. It's like it's blurry and it needs to be focused. But as a whole, it looks pretty cool. So let me get set up here and let's color a page. Okay, so this is the page I chose. I have absolutely no plan, which is usually how I roll when it comes to coloring. I don't necessarily have a palette or a plan. I'm going to be using my Ohuhu 120 marker set. They are starting to die, so I don't have all of the colors, but I think we should have enough colors to figure out. So, do I just go for it and do the face first? That's, you know, it could be a little scary, but you know what? We're just gonna do it. Because again, what did I just say? The markers are starting to die. So the thing with alcohol markers is because we don't have, we're gonna zoom right in and do the ear. Apologize, I'm gonna be probably doing a bunch of zooming in and out, and yes, I know my camera is not super steady, so I apologize. There's really nothing I can do though, so please, I don't need to hear your critiques. Trust me, I hear them from enough people. Anyway, I also find it interesting that most of those people do not make videos, so it's always easier to judge, isn't it? Okay, we're staying positive here. So there's not a like hard edge of a black line. So there's that. And then I'm pretty sure this is still her ear. See, this is where it's going to be however you want, because there's the collar of the shirt, or is that her ear? Over here it's her ear. I think we're going to just wait and maybe I can't tell if this right here is ear or shirt, because here's collar, but on this side it looks like it's actual collar. Seriously, this is the problem. I think it would have been nice if on the back of the book where they gave you the examples, they also gave you some of colored pictures. Obviously the cover has a colored image on it, but I could have maybe just picked that one and it would have been a little easier to get the example. But what I have found, and I think pretty much everyone will tell you, if you are new to coloring, when you get a new book, do not color your favorite page first. Always go with, not your worst, but just one, because, you know, if you're trying to figure out a style or learn it, you don't want to mess it up. And I can already tell, I don't think this marker is going to cover her whole face, so we already are going to be doing a change. That's interesting. But to be fair, one of the things with grayscale is because it's not a stark white, I think you can get away with that a little easier if you like change markers. Now if it were to completely go dry in the middle of her face, I'm not sure. And this is a lot of space, so I am quite concerned about how this is going to do. You know what? We're gonna let this dry, because right now she's looking super freaky. I will give her that much. My poor girl. I already apologize. Well, the markers are so dry. That's part of the reason. Maybe let's go play with the... Again, I wish I could tell. This has to just be collar, right? Here it's obviously collar. I don't know. Let's do some hair. Maybe we can bring a little bit of something to her. There's not a lot of hair, but so this is what I'm struggling with for me. I'm interested if people have used pencils on here, if that made it easier or not. I'm not even so much worried about the bleed out from not having the hard edge, because again, it's so not, it's kind of like lends it to just, it's okay if it bleeds in together because there's no hard edge. It's like the Instagram filter, we're just bleeding out. And hair, I don't mind because I'll always kind of do a little bit of a wisp. These are like super skinny little strands of hair hanging down. And of course, the lighter the color you use with grayscale, the more of that shading you're gonna get to show through. Whereas if you use really dark colors, it's not gonna work. So yeah, definitely gonna have issues with the face there. So, do I try and do another marker that's not dried out? And I'm gonna just try and get this to at least all look the same color. This may end up being a scrapped video, and if it doesn't work out, well, it's not the fault of the artist. I can tell you that. It will be the fault of me. And then again, I knew better than to use, I thought they had enough in the skin colors, but nope. Let's see if this looks better once it's dry, or worse. She may end up getting a totally darker skin tone, just so I can have an even. Sorry. There's not much for me to chat about because I'm actually kind of embarrassing myself. And this is why publishers will not want to send me books for review. They will be like, well, if we want someone to totally mess it up, send it to Kathy. If we want someone that knows what they're doing, send it to anybody else. Okay, still needs to dry. We'll give her pink lips. How pink do we want her lips to be? And I'll pull the markers a little closer here. The other part I have to tell myself is, while I'm doing this, it does look a little odd till I'm gonna have all the color added, and that's just part of it. I kind of did opposite of my normal too. I usually always do the background first, but I just dove right into skin. So hey, I think she's already looking a little bit better. Let's zoom out a little. What color shall we do her hat? And if it gets too loud, I will stop. But as per usual, I started filming and it was nice and quiet, but my husband is here and asleep in the same room because he likes to fall asleep in the recliner. And if I were to wake him up and tell him to go to bed, he would not be able to fall back asleep. Anybody else have that? Where it's like, kind of like a baby. Don't ever wake them up. Just let them fall asleep wherever they fell asleep. So I'm trying to keep somewhat of making my own edge for the hat. Not sure yet what to do with the hair. But as far as the fringe up here on the bangs, ugh, I got too many markers. Gonna move them out of the way. And I also have a fan blowing on me because we are in Minnesota and it's gotten cooler outside. Does anyone else struggle with their partner? In our house, he's always a freeze baby and I'm always warm. So it never fails that he is cold and I am hot. So we currently have the fireplace on and I have a fan blowing on me. So I find that is the never-ending battle. I mean, we work it out, but yeah, I'm always warm, he's always cold. So because of the style, it's really hard to see where the details are on this sweater. Like, I can't tell at all what the front half, if this is supposed to be. So I'm gonna do what I can tell are stripes as this green, which is on the arms, but on the bodice, I don't have a clue. And even though I'm talking like I'm a little freaked out about it, I'm actually not, because I'm fairly certain once this is all done, it's going to look really cool. I just have to figure out what colors to do it in. So at first I thought this was, I just realized as I'm looking at it, I thought this was like a mug of tea, but I realized it's got two handles on. It doesn't have a lid, so I have no idea what kind of teapot this is, but that's okay. So there, we got some green. Not sure what to do for the color should we make this tea. Again, I don't want my colors, I'm worried about them drying out. I'm really stumped. Should we do a blue? A blue pot? Okay, I'm gonna take one that I know is, let's move up so we can see coloring the teapot. This is a Winsor & Newton brush marker. I found it in my stash, so it's not dried out yet. I should be able to get this whole thing without any issues. This is where I've never done a live YouTube chat type of thing, but this is where it would really be helpful for you guys to tell me what color to do things, because again, I feel like I'm struggling. And this whole thing, it's like, is the teapot a different color? seems like it's on this platter, but the arms are also part of it. So are they part of the bottle? I don't know. Okay, because he is snoring, I'm actually going to switch this into like, oh, as soon as I said that, he stopped, to just speed color. I think will be the best route, because I can't really talk and think and pick colors. And why is this marker, which I also have hardly ever used, also squeaking like it's dried out? But okay, let's switch this out to a speed color. Okay, we're back. This has been a struggle, my friends, but I think you can see once we get to the end, it kind of all comes together. So I wanted to take a peek at these eyes, how they colored them, because I honestly have no clue what to do. And like, they really like emphasized the red little freckly things. I'm worried that if I try that, it'll look like she's got measles or something. And let me see, where's the brown? So this is what I used for her hair. So I think for sure I need to do a bit of a line around the edge of the cap. So again, a professional colorist YouTube person would have probably like done a sample off screen, but seasoned friends, we know you're the only one still here. You would not expect that from me. So I'm worried that using marker, again, I'm wondering if pencil's better. I don't dislike how she's coming out. But I wonder if I need to be one of those people that uses both. Does the old marker base and goes in with the pencil. But I think there's more colorists like me that don't like to mess with pencils because it's just not our thing, or it hurts our hands, anything like that. That I want you to see we can still do everything else. So I'm going to not do a solid eyebrow, but I think if I don't do some color, it's, I don't know, I think it looks better. I mean, I guess if I colored the hair gray, but I think it just needs a little something. I'm going to leave some of the grayscale under there to, here. Again, let's just zoom in. So we're going to do the eyes too. But so you can see, you know, if I just left that without the color, I think it would look weird. It's like, or unfinished. Maybe weird. So I'm kind of just flicking using the bullet side. Now, if you had a brush tip, They're really good for flicking too, but you don't have to have brush tips to do this flicking. Just use your bullet tip, or if you're really careful, you could use your chisel too, but I know that would be a mess. So I think I made this brow has more filler in it than this one. So if I'm doing my makeup, I need to like come back in to find my edge and fill this in a little bit so they're matching. Okay, friends, are we ready to figure out these eyes? I have no idea. So the problem is, I was thinking green eyes would be fun, but as you can see, my greens are pretty much all, the lighter ones are all done. Dried out, gonzoed. So, what color? Maybe we'll go aqua. Totally different, because your eyes don't have to match. So, guys, see this? We're gonna really zoom in, which means the bouncing will probably be even more intense. I mean, look at that. What do I color? Do you color the black? Just the, I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna start with the outer iris and not do the pupil. But I almost wonder if you just color over the whole thing, if it would look okay. I don't know. I'm just gonna go around the edge. Because there's all this grayscale, I'm not worried about the, you know, with alcohol marker, usually you don't want things to dry. But I think because there's so much texture in here, it's still going to look okay. So if I don't color the pupil, how's that look? A little weird. What if I just color the whole thing? Hey, that actually works the best, I think. What do you guys think? And then do I have a really pale, you know, like inside the eye here? So this was like where my colors, skin colors were dying, but let's see if we can take the palest one and just color that in. Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, let's do the next eye. I'll move the book instead of you. And same thing, let's do this part first, just so it's not gray. And I'm gonna just do the same thing. I think that worked the best, to just color over, sorry, the whole eye, including the pupil. So let's try this. I'm very concerned about the eyelashes. I know if I go in on them, isn't that eye like crazy? Okay, let's zoom back out. I don't know, you guys. What do you think? Do I need to mess with the eyelashes? It's like if I use a black, I've got a couple, you know, like fine liners. You know what? We're just gonna try it. It's the worst that can happen, other than it looks terrible. I think I'm gonna ruin, though, what they're trying to achieve. I'm not gonna go like crazy. Just doing, is it even showing? I don't know if I need to. It's like I'm not doing beauty makeup, I just give a little bit of definition. Can you guys see? I think it looks better if you go zoom in and see what I'm doing. It's not, I'm just like really doing the tiniest little bit. And I don't think I want to do any on the lower because I'm not sure how that's going to look. Let's go over on this side and just kind of, so what I did is a real light line and then just same old basic flick, flick, flick. This maybe would have been better if I had a thinner one to had done with the eyebrows. I think you can see now there's a bit of eyelashes, but not crazy. Actually, I'm gonna zoom back out. I'm working on the other one, trying to make them even, kind of having the same problem I did with the, I don't think I'm gonna mess, it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I do try and do the frecklies, and do you do them as like a pink, or are they reddish? Definitely don't think they need to be the same as the, or do I do the same color as the lips? Okay, friends, make it or break it. We're just trying, because, you know, we're going to want to know. So, again, I'm using the bullet side. I'm going to do half the face, and then we're going to look and see what you guys think. If it looks like measles, freckles, marker explosion. It's like, well, she wouldn't have gray spots on her face unless it was a lot of little moles. Okay. Does it look any different? Did I make it look like worse? You can definitely tell the darker ones now seem darker. Really all I'm doing is touching the marker there to get a little color down. And this is the same color I used on her lips. Just need a little bit more definition. So I'm still, I can tell you this, we're pretty much at the end, so let me do my review. There she is. Zoom out. See what you think as the whole thing, how she looks. That is some really blue teapot, I will say that much. So, here's my thoughts of this book, The Cutest Elves. This one looks really cute. Me, I'm not so sure if I quite achieved it, but again, I'm a marker girl. I've used only markers, and I think, you know, compared to where it starts and where it finishes, it's actually pretty fun. It's a little bit along the more realism line for grayscale than what we're used to, like with the Jade Summers, but I find it very tricky to figure out, other than the face, because of how it's stylized and kind of faded out. Some more than others, like this page looks like it would be a lot less difficult, easy to see, you know, the outfit. Here you very much just have face and could do the sweater. Here though, again, it's like in person it's a lot more blurry, but so that's my only criticism, is it's a criticism and a benefit if you think about it, because it gives you as the colorist a heck of a lot of freedom to kind of do whatever you want. And I think the focus is supposed to be the faces. So maybe the plan is to just try and do, you know, more monotone, monochromatic when it comes to the background and the outfit, and not worry about the details, I think. But I do really like how the faces come out. I like the eyes. Definitely want to practice some more as far as the eyebrows and hair. But I think if I hadn't added color, I would not have been happy with it. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this a book you're interested in getting? Do you have other Rachel Mintz books? And how different... Again, bottom line, I'm still very intimidated by the Rachel Mintz artwork. It is a publishing house. I don't think it's... Maybe there's an actual Rachel that works there. But I do believe it is a team that comes up with everything here. And it's a new style. It reminds me a little bit like when Sachin Sachdeva came out with the paper cut series. There was a lot of people didn't like it. Some people did. They didn't like it because, again, using markers, they felt they couldn't do the edges. But it's part of the style. And to be honest, all in all, I am pleased with my girl. And I am going to have fun trying more of these. I definitely want more practice to see if I can find a better way to do it. You can see, obviously got a little messy, got a little bleed out, but all in all, it's definitely something I have never seen or colored before. And I think the grayscale is very forgiving once you are done coloring. It doesn't, you know, because there's not a harsh line, it doesn't really matter. Like my reds and blues got a little bled into each other, but from afar it just looks like this cute girl with this teapot, and even with all my marker issues. So okay friends, I would love to know what you think. I do want to send a huge thank you to the team at Rachel Mintz for thinking of me, and hopefully I've been done a good valid review. Again, I'm, you know, it's something totally different that I would probably not have ever purchased or worked in. I very much love the like Jade Summer style grayscale, and I've not colored the ones where it's an actual photo and they just printed in grayscale, but that's much more what this reminds me of. So in some ways I feel like now I have colored it and I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. So if you're interested, I will have a link directly to this book. You can just search for it on Amazon, US Amazon. It will be an affiliate link. Again, seasoned friends, thank you for hanging out with me until the end. And hopefully the snoring wasn't too bad. And we shall see if I have some more of these to show in finished pages. But yeah, I'm intrigued by them. I might have to just stay and do another one, just because, without the stress of filming at the same time. And we'll see if I learned anything other than make sure you got the juicy markers, especially if you've got one with a whole lot of face. And don't use your dried up sets. Like this one, I think I need a brand new skin tone marker when I try and attempt her. But, okay friends, thank you for stopping by. I will let you go. And I will see you again soon. In case nobody has told you lately, I think you are the cutest you. If whether you identify as an elf or whatever it is, whoever you are the cutest. You are beautiful and amazing, and you matter. You make a difference in this world. You've made my life brighter. Thank you. I will talk to you again soon.